Okay, we
Really
should
cool to have
be
dice
live.
made out of those.
Hello, live stream / bootleg / whatever. It's listed at. Oh no, we are
Whatever.
live. I was like,
I don't lie.
Yeah, here is remember, this is the link that always gets you to the live, regardless of what the YouTube generated link is. So I've posted that.
there's one person watching now. I think it's me.
Can you hear
That's
us?
always the best.
Can I hear us? That's a good question. Well, sounds like it. Can I hear James though?
Can you hear me?
Testing.
You should be able to hear me.
That tucked down there.
All right. I think we're good. So we're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons. Specifically, we're gonna continue, possibly conclude. You never know. You never know.
We know. We
The
probably will.
mysterious case of Wisteria Vale, one of our Candlekeep mysteries adventures. What do you think the mystery is in this one?
I have no idea what we're doing. And that's the mystery.
Just finding a guy, getting him out of a book, like everything else.
Yeah, I feel like the word mystery
Stabbing.
is used
Yeah.
very generously in terms of
Yeah, because everything was laid out for us, sort
Well,
of. I mean, there was
I-
a little bit of mystery because James's character did not have the full scope.
Yeah, that's
But-
not a mystery. That's just not paying attention.
I think the
Isn't that
mystery
what
might
every
be
mystery is?
where is he? Because you went into the book and you couldn't find him.
Yeah,
Uh,
also we found a picture with the scratched out face of the
Yeah,
lady
so I guess
that
the mystery
hired
is
me.
what's going on here. But
I'm starting
What's
to
going
not
on?
trust
yeah, what's
the lady.
the deal?
The mystery of, hey,
Hey,
Hey!
But yeah, I think it feels a little bit like they had a couple adventures that were being created, and they were like, "Well, yeah, can you work a book into that? What if that adventure took place inside a book?" And then D&D adventures, they all have something mysterious in them, right? So book mysteries, ship it. Some of them are more mysterious than others, is what I'm saying.
Approved.
Yeah.
Is this the show?
Is this the show?
This
I don't
is
know.
always the show.
So just checking.
I would say the one I don't think it was the best adventure, but there was the adventure that started off with like a book, a bird leaving you a book. I thought that was very mysterious.
I'm used to
random
them
bird.
leaving me babies, so to
Yeah.
leave me a book is just odd.
Mm.
It was
All
a
right.
stork, right? Sorry.
I think it was a crow or a raven. Any clarifying questions or things we need to figure out before we start the episode and play Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, can you name all the differences between crows and ravens, please?
Ravens are much bigger. A lot of people have a hard time telling the difference because they're far away when you're seeing them. But ravens are significantly bigger, and they got kind of like a chunkier throat kind of deal to them, whereas crows, I feel like, have a distinctive kind of neck. But ravens much bigger, and yeah.
Which one is better?
I mean, I think ravens
Bears
are
beats.
kind of less common, so that there's a certain mystique around ravens, whereas crows are
They're all everywhere.
Yeah,
We're gonna
sorry-
get
sorry,
letters from
crows.
crows now.
I'm gonna get so many letters from crows, and crows are
We need
very
a net.
smart.
Annette knows what's down with the crows.
Yeah,
and
crows are very smart. They can solve puzzles and stuff, but
Can ravens do that?
I believe so.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Not
Ravens
mine.
are even smarter than
Corvids
crows.
in general.
Yeah, you're a raven cat.
Yeah. So,
I have a question.
mm.
This doesn't look like it's a veil, and I don't see any wisteria anywhere.
I mean, I think that was
That
the
was
name
a
of the
statement.
town. So I don't know.
Well-
Maybe it's like an Iceland Greenland situation. Yeah. All right. Save all future questions for the podcast, which we're starting now.
I have a question.
I just said what to do with that question.
Yeah, save it for the podcast. And you said the podcast is starting now.
Okay. Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, a dungeon master. I use he and pronouns. And today we're continuing one of our Candlekeep mysteries. That's right, the mysterious case of Wisteria Vale. Let's join our players, find out what characters they're bringing to the mix, and then I'll tell you about what's going on. First up, James Thompson.
Hello, I am playing Nyasa Nightweaver, she, her, a high elf rogue who might have a side career in ornithology.
Next up, it's Tiff Armit.
Hey, playing Poorly Quartz, the rock gnome druid, riding the owl Boney.
Is that euphemism?
No, it
Also
is
joining
not.
also joining us, it's Monty Ashley.
That's me. I'm playing Cyril, the Turtle Wizard. Both of us are he, him.
Next up, it's Micah Sargent.
Hello, I'm Micah Sargent, he, him, playing Ajguri Lone Walker Mako Tatahani, the Goliath Paladin, he, him. Ajguri Lone Walker Mako Tatahani goes by Lone Walker, is what I was trying to say there at the end.
And then
I
you did.
Yay.
So, and last, certainly not least, it's Aline Sims. Hi, Aline.
Hello. Now, people listening can't see it, but I wore my party glasses today because they're glitter. So I expect this to be like party time today. Yep. I'm playing Jasper, the Tabaxi monk, and we both use she, her pronouns.
All right, what are we up to? Well, guess what? It's a Candlekeep mystery, and you know what that usually means? They're inside a book. But guess what? Twist! They're inside a painting inside a book right now. Our adventurers have journeyed to the kind of simulation demiplane inside the titular Curious Case of Wisteria Vale book. They've gone here to try and help out a bard named Errant Quill, who was placed in this book for protection by an organization known as the Harpers. So far, they have not been able to locate him inside this kind of simulation of his childhood town that the Harpers created for him. But they've now found themselves trapped inside some paintings inside that simulation. So that's going great. Currently, you are riding on basically a fleet of magic owls as summoned by Nyasa, and you have spotted a kind of a scene with a kind of majestic banquet that has been set just like kind of in a field in the middle of nowhere. And next to that banquet, there is a small kind of shiny white structure. But I imagine that the owls have swooped down and you have landed kind of next to this banquet table.
I will say the owls are only good for 58 minutes. So.
Yeah, they've got like a meter that's running.
Like they get reclaimed at that point.
Excellent. So give me a quick perception check. Somebody.
Okay.
Anybody.
Somebody besides me, probably, because I rolled a 8.
I rolled a 17.
16.
All right. 16 and 17. Paulie and Nyasa, you're both looking around, and you notice there's this kind of strange little white structure that's built kind of just like a short walk from where this banquet table is set up. And it's a very strange little structure because it's kind of looks kind of like the house that you walked into, the manor house at the top of the hill on the edge of Wisteria Vale, except it's like scaled down, but then there's still like a full-size door. So it's like a shack-sized structure pretending to be an ornate 3-story manor house. It's like I imagine it's a little bit like the toy castle that like in a children's playground or something like that, where it looks like something that it's not. The scale and proportions are not quite right on it. But also, banquet table full of all kinds of fancy dishes. Looks like it's a nice. Do they describe how long the banquet table is? They do. It's 15 feet long, covered with prepared dishes that look and smell delectable.
They look delectable, so they don't look pixelated and weird.
I mean, they may look pixelated and weird, but they still look delectable. Things can be pixelated and weird and delectable.
Baked ziti's baked ziti.
Guys, we should not eat anything.
No.
I was
Okay.
just thinking I should
I was
feed
like-
all the owls.
Polly had like something like ready to eat, like
Yeah, looking through
didn't
the
hear
stuff, Paula, you see candied yams, you see stuffed peppers, you see frog
I
legs.
I love a stuffed
There's
pepper,
some kind
though.
of like
they got sausage and peppers.
eggs. There's like
There's
sliders,
just some eggs over here.
and there's
These
some
are turtle eggs, the monsters.
There are some kind of kebabs
Oh,
I
Yeah.
think the not eating anything is probably a wise.
Maybe we should feed one of the owls, though,
I want to eat it.
just to
But-
see if it does anything.
Well, yeah, it might
Is
do
that
something.
ethical?
We've already determined they're expendable owls.
that didn't really answer my question, but you know,
I mean, I
Yeah.
think the only
One of
problem
the
is
This
classic
isn't Lone
lines
Walker,
from
by the
last
way. This is
episode.
not Lone Walker.
Yeah.
This is table talk because Lone Walker would not be on.
classic James lines from last episode: chaff owls. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I think the problem is if by eating the food we summon a giant beholder, then that would be a bad use of an owl.
Oh no, then we could just kill the beholder and be done. That would be great. My concern is that we, like we're in some kind of fairyland equivalent. If we eat this stuff, we're going to be here for 100 years or something.
Well, the
I don't
owls
wanna
are
be
only going to
pixelated
live
for
for
100 years.
58 minutes, so
Are there any little signs on it that say "Eat me, drink me"?
Yeah.
Oh, good question.
No, there are no. This banquet is signage free.
No placemats, or not placemats, but what are those called?
the little name cards.
plates thingy.
Name
Yeah,
cards,
card
yeah.
thingies.
Yeah. Nope. It's it is set to seat quite a large number of people, but it looks like people could pick their own seats.
Why
Is
don't
there
we
an
all?
instruction manual on how to solve this puzzle? I just am feeling.
Why
There
don't we
does
all?
not seem to be an instruction manual.
We stand
I,
behind the house and send one
Uh-huh.
owl out the front.
I
Why?
think an owl should eat some of the food. I do.
Yeah,
Why?
I do too. I should eat it.
Because
Why?
I think that it's going to trigger whatever is going to happen next.
We could knock on the front door of the little shack.
Yeah, my thinking is
How
that
far away is the shack
we're
from
looking
the
for
table?
somebody and this person isn't at the
Like a
table,
5
so
minute
we
walk.
could maybe like walk
I
past
missed
this.
the shack. I did not hear that in the description as I was reading something else. So
That-
I'm down for the
that
shack
that
idea.
could be part of the puzzle. The house with the door thing.
Yeah, I didn't hear that part. So
I was also distracted during the shack description.
thank you.
Okay.
I've
he's
not been
very, very
adequately
large.
shack attacked.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
Let's try that first.
stuffed peppers, frog legs, eggs.
I was very concerned with
burgers,
the spread,
kebabs.
Tony.
Ollie, perhaps you should knock on that door there. What
You
do
got
you
it.
think?
Paula, you head over to the shack. Again, it's very strange. There's just like a door that's basically the height of the structure, but then there's like windows and ornamentation that is like scaled down to be much smaller. And you knock on the door. No sound or movement from inside the shack.
Somebody could be asleep. Shack could be asleep in there.
Mhm.
Wait, you said it was small though.
I was gonna say, could he
Tiny
fit?
shack.
I would be very
Comically-
uncomfortable for Shaquille O'Neal to sleep inside this shack. Like
It's his
he,
internal
Is it
punishment.
a Shaquille O'Neal? Is he like a type of
Is that like a
being in this
Medusa?
world?
I just
Yeah,
I,
it's
so
the
just to,
Medusa
just
and
to
the Shaquille
paint a
O'Neals.
picture of the dimensions of the shack, it's definitely not big enough that Shaquille O'Neal could lie down in it. I think it is and it would be. I think he would be hunched if he was inside this shack.
So Lone
So
Walker
it's really-
would also not.
It's
do
really
well in
not
it.
ergonomic.
You have summoned a
for him.
miniature Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, he would need to be scaled down in order to be able to be comfortable in this.
Lone
this shack.
Walker walks up and leans over the top of the shack, I guess, and
Yep.
kind of listens.
You put your ear on the shack.
Yeah, and I say, Polly, would you mind helping me listen closely so that I can roll again? because
Yeah, sure, I
got
got
a 9.
it. Okay.
Okay, great.
So we're
A
rolling to listen.
20!
All right.
We both listen.
You listen. It is silent inside the shack.
Of course it is.
Yeah, but you feel confident in how silent it is.
Okay, Nyasa walks over and tries the door handle.
The door handle. Okay.
Tony
door-
sounded shocked.
What?
Oh, the door
Is it a
handle?
mimic?
Oh my God,
Is
you're
the
trying-
whole
Well,
shack a
we've only been
mimic?
playing for like 8 minutes. There's usually
This is why
a lot.
Nyasa usually very
Yeah.
patient. person.
Usually somebody would roll Arcana on the door handle. Someone would roll something
Cast
else.
fireball on the door.
Be something with rope. So Nyasa, the door opens, and beyond there's just kind of a dark void. It seems. I mean, you're already inside a magical painting, so I think it's fair to say that this is not a real shack inside this painting. But yeah, there's kind of a black inky portal to darkness.
Oh my
About to
God, is this
exit.
the way out?
It could be the way out. It does not say exit or anything like that.
Put one of the owls through.
Yeah. Oh wait, but how can they
Yeah.
talk to you?
I don't know with the you can do the telepathy thing, but I don't know if that.
You could say go through the
Wait.
portal
Can I
and come
yell
back
through the portal?
portal.
Can I
You-
yell
you-
through the portal?
You could try. You don't know.
Hey, little Antony! Little Antony!
It doesn't seem like anything's.
Nothing
Yeah.
happened? Okay.
All right,
It's a good
I
chest. Good check.
find the least attractive of the owls.
Oh my god!
You're stack ranking the owls for
Wow.
hotness first. Okay, that takes a
Real
solid 40
Zuckerberg
minutes. Your
move of you
owls
there.
only have 18 more minutes left to live.
40-minute.
I can rank owls very
either.
quickly. All
right.
I
You
send
pick a
Also-
real scruffy looking feather duster of an owl who has a great personality, a sense of humor, just a really like a go-to owl.
and I
but
just
But
push
they
it from
bombed the
objectively-
bikini
behind
portion of the
Up in the
package.
into this
airport, yeah.
portal.
Objectively, the least hot owl that you summoned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I push it into the
I have
portal.
so many questions.
Okay.
And-
Okay. You've pushed an owl into the portal.
Wait, you push it? You could just say you have control over them.
The word James used was push.
He did indeed say push.
The owl
the record
disappears
shows.
into the portal. The door on the shack slams shut.
Oh no, it's a one-time use portal.
Well, then the first person who went through it would have gone through, and then it would have slammed shut. So
Okay, let's reopen the door and see what's there.
I open the door. Is there some strange owl
It's a
human
dark,
hybrid?
dark, inky portal. There is no owl
Hmm.
in sight.
How many have I got left?
I think you should.
I
tell
am
the
not tracking your
owl.
owls for you. That is, I want to be extremely clear.
I'm
about
pretty
Dungeon
sure
Master
2
responsibilities
died.
and player responsibilities.
2
You're
I
in
died.
kind of
charge
want
of-
to. I kind of want to be bold and go through.
I
kinda
did
wanna
not
go
get into
through.
this job for owl management purposes.
I went through the painting in the first place, so
Yeah.
I've been here
Yeah.
the longest. All right, I'm going through.
All right, Paulie,
I'll
you
miss her.
step up and you place your foot goes to into the portal, and I guess everyone has a slightly
Actually,
better
I'd poke it
view of
first.
this.
I want to poke it first.
You poke it first. As you
Thank
poke
you.
it, you are pulled into the portal. Everyone perhaps gets a slightly better view of this than with the poor owl. And the door slams shut as Polly is pulled into the portal. This is the part of every adventure. Players don't listen to this. Listeners, this is one of my favorite things to do as a dungeon master, which is where you ask
Oh God.
unsettling. I said don't listen. Where you ask unsettling questions to players and jot down the answers. So, can you just remind me what is Polly's armor class?
Oh, 15.
All right, noted. All right, we'll find out what happens to Polly later. The 4 of you are standing around a shack. There is a lovely banquet table, untouched, and the shack has the door on the shack is snapped shut.
Can the next
really gotta
ugliest
stop
owl
touching things.
please eat something?
No. Wait,
Wait, does that mean I was the next ugliest owl? If I was in the portal?
Eventually, in the hierarchy of things, each and every one of us is the next ugliest owl, and that's why it's unkind to rank owls.
Look, I
Hey, Tiff,
didn't
according
push
to the
you.
owl breed book, your
Yeah.
fetlocks are just terrible.
Oh,
Good to know.
Wow.
Mm.
I think if we eat anything from the table, it's likely to trigger some combat encounter, and we should just go through the portal.
you don't know.
I don't know
There's
what-
there's several different things you could try. They might do different things.
I mean, the thing.
I would like to go through the door, please.
All right.
More
I'm gonna
people go through
stand-
the door, the less people will want to institute a combat encounter on this side of the door.
I like hold your hand, and as we step through the portal
Yeah.
together.
All right.
Aw.
Cyril and Nyasa step through the door together. Cyril, can you just remind me what's your passive perception?
Oh. My passive perception is 14.
All right, not bad. Nyasa, what's your swim speed?
Oh
Interesting. Where would I find that?
Jeez, James. I thought you were ready to play Dungeons and Dragons.
I've
you
never
should-
had to swim.
I think
It's
you
usually
would
just
find
half
it
your
under
walking speed.
Well, then it's 15.
15. Oh, that's not great. Okay, the door snaps shut. So I believe it is just Lone Walker and Jasper there now.
I'm going in.
All right, Lone
Okay.
Walker, You have to stoop to get it through the door, but you are pulled through a portal. Micah, just I know you're a paladin, so I'm very familiar with which gods you worship. Can you just jot down and send me a list in Roll20 chat of the gods that your character doesn't believe in when you have a chance? Jasper.
What
You're
unsettling
standing
question are you going to ask me, Tony?
Yeah.
As I step through this portal.
All right, Jasper.
Oh, Jasper, you're not just going to
step
sit at
through
the table and eat everything.
No.
Now that they're gone.
Aline, just checking out of curiosity, what's the name of your backup character?
I'll get back to you on that one.
Oh, okay. Each of you, each and all of you, kind of arrive in a beautiful kind of sitting room with ornate furniture, but you arrive there in a way that's inconvenient, which is to say, from the ceiling, as if there was a trap door that opened and you all fall, and one after another in the order that you step through the portal, landing in just kind of a piled heap. And the trapdoor ceiling in the trapdoor in the ceiling of this room kind of just seals shut, and it's like it was never there. And in fact, there's now a beautiful ornate chandelier hanging from the ceiling where that trapdoor was, and a kind of early 30s man who's sitting in a kind of a nice looking armchair. Looks over at all of you and says, "Oh, well, hello, welcome to my prison, I guess, but you're welcome."
How pixelated is he?
He does not look very pixelated, but you do. I think you have to be really knocked out of whack to not recognize that this appears to be Errant Quill, the bard you were sent to find. Just gonna make
Sorry, Tony, do you actually need that list, or was that just a weird bit?
It was just a weird bit.
Okay, good, because I was starting to compile it, and then I was like, I'm missing the story.
Yep, sorry. I was attempting to ask a series of increasingly unsettling, confusing questions.
Got it.
Can I just ask did the ugly owl make it through?
There is one, it's the most beautiful owl in the room at the moment.
So just to remind everybody what our goal is, we have to stab this guy with this magic dagger. That will free him.
Geez,
We've been
really?
promised. Yeah.
If this is him,
there is an owl that is flapping around the chandelier, and just say, "Is this little fellow yours? He arrived just minutes ago."
Indeed, it is one of ours. More importantly, you use the word prison.
Yes. Apologies. Let me take a step back. My name is Errant Quill. Please call me Quill. And well, unfortunately, I seem to be trapped in this scene or this room. I've been here for a little while now, and I suppose you are trapped here along with me. It's nice as far as prisons go, but a prison nonetheless.
I have know the name Bargain.
Sorry, what was that?
Do you know the name Bargain? Which is the name of the person who this story was written about. Cruel Ethrin Rathmore demands food and lodging, burnt down village, Bargain lives, gets cheek slashed with crystal dagger, all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, that was a name that it was my childhood name.
You wouldn't happen to know an archmage called Aurelia, would you?
I would. She was an associate of mine back in my old line of work. Perchance she has sent you here.
She has indeed. She sent us here to find you and save you.
Well, that is appreciated. I was starting to feel like perhaps the Harpers had given up on me. I've been here, I think it's been perhaps months at this point.
They sent some of their finest associates to locate you.
Well, it is a pleasure to meet you, fine associates. I'm sorry I don't have much to offer you in the way of food and drink.
Can
I eat for months?
So it's around the shack?
It's just this one ornate room.
Who has the dagger?
Yeah.
Okay.
but it's a one-use dagger, so we need to be
Right.
really sure that this is the right guy. Otherwise,
Otherwise, what?
well,
Lone Walker says,
We have to come back.
when we met with your companion, we were given a question that only you would be able to answer. So the question is, what is your least favorite vegetable?
Good. I will tell you there are some strange happenings in Wisteria Vale. We've had a new arrival sometime recently. I don't know if you've crossed paths with Mr. Renicor.
Answer the question.
Well, sorry, eggplant, of course.
That was yeah.
Okay.
We
Wait,
weren't
can we
given
go
those
back?
question and answer, but I
Can we
just
go back in
wanted
time
to.
and see?
Yeah, I just wanted to see if he would get out of sorts and like freak out because he didn't know the answer.
well,
but
he did kind of
he
deflect
had
slightly
an
and talk
answer.
about somebody else.
Yeah.
Can I roll something to see if I think this person is lying?
Yeah, I would roll insight.
That's a 15.
I'll
Seems-
help.
Okay.
I'm good at insight, so
Does that mean I
Better
get a?
yeah.
I roll again?
Mhm. Take the higher.
Well, that was a 6. So
He seems like he's being very upfront with you, given that you're just a bunch of weirdos that fell through a hole in his ceiling.
I mean, then he's a
Yeah, that's
weirdo
fair.
too because he also fell through the hole in the ceiling.
You didn't
well,
see
we
that,
don't know that.
but he probably did.
How did you arrive here? No, I'm just kidding. I know.
Well, through a hole in the ceiling.
Mystery solved.
Lone Walker just mumbles weirdo. No.
Can we see anything on the ceiling? Is there like any portal signs up there?
No, there's a beautiful chandelier hanging from where the trapdoor that you all fell through was.
Can I send an owl to sort of like poke at the ceiling a bit?
Just to point out, you only have one owl because somebody left all his owls
Who
at
are
the banquet
probably
table.
You only
eating
have
all
one
of
ugly
it.
owl.
Yes.
They're eating the
Unsupervised
food now,
owls at a
yes.
party. Those owls are cutting loose. Roll to see how drunk your owls are.
Love it. Good
Your
for them,
owl
honestly.
does a quick loop of the thing. As far as the owl can tell, this is just an ornate ceiling in a fancy sitting room.
Do you recall why you were placed here?
Well, Renicor, I've been in Wisteria Vale for several weeks, as I was saying, and most of the denizens, or I believe all of the denizens of Wisteria Vale are, well, simulations intended to keep me entertained and amused while I waited for the Harpers to develop their cure to my unfortunate predicament. Renicor arrived recently, and the only arrival there has ever been in Wisteria Vale. I'm not, aside from yourselves, I'm not entirely sure how he got here, and I've been doing some reading up on his the nature of his being. And well, at first, we got along. He stayed with me in the manor house, and I guess I asked a few too many questions, and he placed me here.
The other thing,
Are you?
the other thing that was there was talk of a creature with, shall we say, many eyes.
That would be Renicor.
Right. Okay, that explains a lot.
B for beholder.
And you mention a cure that was worked on. Did you have any insight about how the nature of that cure might come about?
I
are
know
you
nothing of it. I
expecting
assume
a potion.
I expect you all are come with that knowledge.
So there was talk that you, shall we say, had been corrupted by an artifact of some kind.
That's what they tell me.
And you have no memory of anything like this?
Oh no, I recall it well. I try not to dwell upon it, but yes, my allies believe that eventually my soul will be forfeit and I will become a creature of pure evil. But they said it would take a while, and so hence they've placed me in this simulation for my protection. Just to remind you, you all
Stab
know
him.
you all know that was 3 years ago. He thinks it's been a few months.
Interesting. Wait, does that mean that we're gonna get out and it's gonna be a longer time? Since we've
Yes,
been
any
here?
question we ask him takes like 2 weeks for us for him to answer out in the outside world. Stab him.
Okay, I will I will tell
I
him.
don't.
Um,
I'm making little stabbing gestures behind him.
Just whenever he's looking that way, you're like,
so in order to administer this cure, I need you to turn around and face away from us.
Wow, you're gonna
drop
old
your
yell at him.
pants.
Right as we're having this
roll
conversation.
persuasion. Roll a very hard persuasion check.
I have plus 11 on persuasion.
You just met this guy.
I am. Look,
You are not a doctor.
but I do have an owl. I rolled a
One owl left.
27.
Wow.
Interesting. And
That's
he
persuasive.
turns to look at this is a very richly decorated sitting room as aforementioned, and so he takes this moment to study a painting on the wall.
And
I
say,
did roll 16 Arcana just to kind of get his general vibe as he's turned around, I guess.
You know that this appears to be Aaron Quill, a bard, an adventurer of some renown, and that this does not appear to be any kind of simulation, projection, mirror
Alright.
image, mimic in
I
bard
think-
form or anything like this. This is the
Lone
most real
Walker-
thing you have seen in all of your time in Wisteria Vale.
Lone
Okay.
Walker gives a nod then about
all right.
the situation.
I say you may feel a slight stinging, and then I pull out the knife and I stab him in the back.
All right, roll an attack on Aaron Quill.
Wow. I mean, he's not moving.
Yeah, okay, sorry. Roll an attack with advantage on Aaron Quill.
Okay.
Is that what you
He's
want
turning
to
around
hear?
and not moving.
Yeah.
That is a natural 20.
That is chef's kiss.
You stab him in the neck with your magic dagger.
Back.
As you do, he like blips in and out of existence and like is all pixelated at first and then comes back and like he just like kind of like what was that?
Well,
You're cured.
apparently
leave.
this should
Fixed
have
it.
cured you.
The dagger is intact and it basically has not been used, James, as far as the one-time use
Ooh.
thing goes.
Well, is he still facing away from me?
Stab him again.
No, he is turned around at this point.
Okay. I show him the magical artifact that we have been given to.
Whoa! You were gonna stab me?
Well, to be fair, I did stab you, and nothing happened.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm invulnerable while I'm in Wisteria Vale.
Oh, good.
Well, nobody mentioned that part. Or if they did, I wasn't listening.
I don't recall it either, but that doesn't say a lot. So
I don't think that was specified for
If you remember the flashback where James got the mission, he asked no follow-up
no
questions.
questions, no questions. Were asked.
I mean, I
Dagger
take a
got
lot
it.
of
No
things on
follow-up
trust.
questions. There was an important lesson learned about adventure hooks and letting James be on his own. But just so we're clear, like, yes, I'm throwing James under the wagon here, under the bus. But frequently, when I give you guys adventure briefings, you ask no questions, or allow me to specify, no relevant questions.
I think asking,
Yeah.
is he invulnerable while in a book?
You
Is
could
not going to be
ask
the
some-
first
yeah.
question.
You could ask some
Book or
leading
painting.
open-ended questions.
Well,
All right, from
okay.
now on, we're always asking that.
Are you
Tony.
Are you
Yeah,
invulnerable?
exactly.
Excuse me. Are you invulnerable just inside the painting or inside the book itself? Like, do we need
I
to get
believe
you out of the-
inside the book and itself, it's basically one of the protective natures of the simulation, so that I don't, fall out of a tree and die inside a simulation of a book that's intended to protect me until they can be uncursed.
So Aurelia sent us in here with this dagger, and she said that if I stabbed you with the dagger, it would cure you.
Well, I could suppress the invulnerability if I really wanted to.
I was just gonna ask if like willingness
So,
played into it.
So then turn back around, because it's really odd that you're turned away from us and just have your head facing toward us. And it just seems
so
bad
we
for your
say,
neck.
you know, can I try and persuade this person that this is for their own good?
James said, I have such
you
a high
haven't been the
persuasion.
most forward with me. I appreciate that you are here, and honestly, this room is a little, you know, it was spacious when it was just one prisoner, but now that there's 6 of us and one, not the most attractive owls I've ever met. Sorry.
No,
Just call
you're
them
right.
as I
you're
see
right.
it. It's not even a vicious mockery. It's a little bard humor for you. Perhaps we could unite and deal with Renacor and then talk about next steps.
Great. Let's go beat up this beholder. That sounds fun. Where is it?
Well, outside of our prison, I believe. He's no doubt made himself at home in my manor.
Could you please clarify, what is the point of defeat? Why do we need to interact with this beholder at all? Have you fallen in love with one of these pixelated characters, or
No, but I believe that
question.
when you are successful in curing me, we will all leave the simulation along with Mr. Renacor. And I don't know where the book is right now, but it seems unkind to unleash a powerful beholder into that space.
I mean, it's mostly students. They'll be fine.
Oh dear.
They left the room by the time we came into the book, actually.
That was hours ago. Possibly years at this point. We don't know.
Well, we seem to have somewhat of a catch-22 situation here, in that we cannot get out of this prison unless we stab you, and you will not allow us to stab you until we get out of this prison.
Well, we've been here for minutes. I assure you, I've been here for days. I'm sure we can work something out. You all seem bright, quick to stab.
That one.
one of them is quick to stab?
Okay,
Quick
well,
enough.
I tuck the dagger back into my
Special dagger sheath.
one of the currently empty dagger.
Don't get that
sheaths.
mixed up with your other daggers.
All the other daggers are imaginary mental daggers, so it's fine.
Okay.
I'm also confused. So somehow we're going to, this is table talk, because obviously I'm not doing the voice. He's not able to leave this place, but yet we're going to leave this place to go fight the beholder. Did I miss something?
That's what he's asking.
That sounds right. I think our goal now is to figure out a way out of this room.
Okay.
It has
gotcha.
no windows and no doors.
I will say he has none of his equipment with him either, whereas you all do. So
I think Lone Walker just starts tearing at the paneling on the floor,
okay.
like just trying to see if we
Is
can
that
kind
how
of break
Lone
the
Walker handles
simulation,
escape
basically.
rooms? Is just
Yeah, exactly.
violence.
You
I
try
would
going
not-
through this?
Allow me to submit my list of total party kill characters that I would not do an escape room with.
All of us.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah.
Are there any paintings on the wall?
There are a bunch of paintings on the wall. This is an ornate sitting room.
Good call.
Are any of the paintings like of fiery pits of hell or some other place that one might not want to go to?
No, this is a classy sitting room, not like a weird goth like hell nightclub sitting room.
You mean
Glances
my
at my own
house?
living room. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I have a spell called Pass Wall that seems to open a passageway out of things.
Mm.
Well, there's these paintings here. Painting got
Okay.
us in. Maybe a painting could get us out.
What are the paintings of?
Yeah, you survey the paintings. A bunch of the paintings are just kind of portraits of old-timey people. There's a couple kind of generic looking at landscapes. There is one painting that looks like it's probably like the skyline of Baldur's Gate. And then there's one painting that's strange because it's just kind of like blurry. Like it's just like kind of just like a gray, kind of fuzzy blur on it.
I nod to the owl. It knows what's going to happen.
Yep. Let's go. I'll go.
Its name now.
I don't know how. I mean, we're gonna lose all our owl listeners,
It's
and I don't
no
like
longer Donny. It's now
Just the
Uggo.
ugly owl.
I'll go
You
the
don't
ugly
you don't think
owl.
any of the hot owls are gonna stop listing in solidarity?
No, they're
The
definitely
hot
not.
owls
They're
are
too
all
hot to
having
care.
a picnic outside. It's,
Oh,
Nobody
they
hates
love that.
Nobody hates ugly owls like hot owls.
True.
Jeez.
I nod to the owl and send it over to touch the painting with its.
Okay, the
Which
owl,
one's it touching?
the
The
hottest
blurry
owl
one,
in the
The
room,
blurry one.
goes over and attempts to interact with the kind of blurry painting. The owl turns to look at you, which I imagine it only has to turn its head, like it just rotates its head 180 degrees.
Yeah, it does.
And gives you like a real like look, and it holds up its little talon, and there's like gray slime dripping off of its talon.
Ooh.
The
It's
owl
like
looks
an ooze. Maybe it's an
the
ooze.
owl
We
looks
don't-
unhappy with this situation.
What would I need to check to see what the ooze is?
I would say some kind of arcana.
Okay.
Ooh.
While that's being rolled, Tony, we never did. You never told me what happened when I pulled up the flooring. I wasn't doing a bit. That was real.
You pull up the flooring, and there is more flooring.
What? Okay.
I got a 20, dirty 20.
All right.
On an
You
Arcana
inspect this painting. First off, this painting is clearly magical. I mean, even more so perhaps than the room itself that you're in. And you suspect that this painting is basically like a view into the painting that this, you know, the scene that this that you're living in. If you remember, there was a similar kind of portal in the forest scene until someone stabbed something, but that someone perhaps has put slime on the painting in the real world, or I guess not. Aaron Quill takes this moment to say, "Have you all ever seen this play called Inception?"
Yes.
It would be very helpful if you're familiar with it. If you aren't,
The special effects in that play were amazing.
does anyone need me to reenact the play? I would have to play all the roles, but
Yes,
yeah,
please.
I have it in me.
get real settled in one of these.
All right.
couches.
Is there
Like,
pop-
real ready?
Again,
About-
this is taking years of our lives.
Yeah, about 2 hours later, you now get the idea that you are trapped in a simulation inside a simulation inside Candlekeep Library.
Unfortunately,
like when he
halfway
just
through
shouted,
that story,
"Wow, Malat."
our owl disappeared.
Yeah. Jasper, you think that specifically, because you rolled a maths 20, you think that a kind of malignant magical being has put slime on the painting in the one level up in reality, and I feel like you could probably conclude that it was Renacor.
Do I think we could break through? Like,
You think that
we
it would
just
require?
be covered in slime?
I
you
can
would need-
recommend not attacking paintings just based on.
I think
I would
basically
like to-
you would need a magic weapon on this side of the painting to get through.
What if I
Which-
cast
We have a magic
Prestidigitation,
weapon.
which can clean or soil an object no larger than 1 cubic foot?
Can't do it from this side.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, darn.
Thank you.
Might I still have a mental link with little Antony on the other side?
You do not have a connection to little Annie.
I mean, if
and
this
when we're
is
trapped
It's
inside
been
realms,
unusually quiet from
Yeah.
munching noises in my head.
if
but-
this is the view in, then the way the previous paintings worked was it's a one-way trip. I think maybe.
someone really stabbed a painting before that could be learned. I'm not saying who, or how, or when, but
At some
it was
point, we have to
James.
learn how to forgive.
Yes.
I forgive.
I don't
forget.
I don't have a
Thank
magic
you.
weapon. Does anyone else have a magic weapon?
I am made of
I
magic
don't.
weapons.
Yeah, that's my problem. Like I can cast spells that will do things like weapons
Mm.
do, but I don't have like a magical
I-
squeegee or
I
something.
have I can create magical daggers, which I think
I
by
can turn non-magical weapons into magical weapons.
Mhm.
Oh, perfect.
I mean
I have a vicious mace.
Great.
Oh,
You turn that
so
mace into magic, and then you do whatever the DM said you're supposed to do with it.
It says properties sap. I don't know what that means.
sap.
Sap.
It's called what?
It's just really sappy. It's like the sappiest weapon.
What's the mace called?
Vicious mace.
Vicious mace.
It's a legacy.
Oh, is it
weapon.
maybe viscous mace?
Oh my god, it is.
That would make it sappy. Now I've got to look this up. Oh no, I think there's viscous hammer, but it's vicious.
No,
There
mace.
is just a vicious mace. It just does
Sap.
extra
If you
damage.
hit a creature with this weapon, that creature has disadvantage on its next attack roll before the start of your next turn.
I think that's the new rules.
Yeah,
possibly?
it sounds like the
Yeah.
2024 stuff.
It does
I
say
don't know,
magic
this is a
weapon.
legacy rule.
It says
No,
attack
this
with this
is-
magic weapon.
Okay.
This
Well-
was from 2014.
Do we need to have
You-
is that what we're asking for? Is who has
You
magic
clearly
weapons?
have some magic weapons.
Um, you know,
Aaron Quill, ever the voice of wisdom and just good naturedness, says, "How's everyone doing vis-a-vis their health before we break free?" By the way,
Not
I
great.
am not doing well.
yeah, I mean, we weren't resting because we had some owls to look after, but they're all gone.
well, we should have talked about that before we spent 2 hours doing Inception. Allow me.
Did we sleep
out of my
while
No,
we were listening to
you were
this?
fully engaged the whole time.
But does it count as a short rest?
It does not, because you were so focused on the story.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we
Oh
won.
no.
I'm gonna suggest that you take a short rest.
Yes.
And Aaron Quill is a bard, and though he is without musical instrument, he is always equipped with the sound of his voice, and he will just sing you a little song. So, 5 adventurers, bold and keen, found themselves in a painted scene, trapped by magic in hues so bright. They quested for freedom day and night. Let's get out of here before then. With sword and spell and hearts afire, they challenged fate and would not tire. In every stroke a secret lay. Escape the art and find the way. Each of you gains 1d12 hit points. You can roll your own d12.
Oh, cool. That sounded like thieves can't.
And you can, if you need to spend any other hit dice or things that you would do on a short rest, that seems tactically like a thing you should do.
I'm gonna do that because I've got tons of them apparently. Oh, okay.
Wow.
Didn't
Oh
change.
wow.
Rolling
I've never used
ones.
it like that. That's kind of cool. I have a. Mm-mm-mm.
Ooh, that was good.
Oh, hey,
I
Aaron.
like that roll.
If you're thirsty, I do have a decanter of endless water. Like you
Oh,
talked a
that
lot
would be
during that
lovely.
movie. I mean, play.
Look.
Ooh, I wonder what would happen if I just turned this upside down right here in this
We'd all
room.
drown.
Interesting.
Short rests don't gain back spell slots, do they?
Not
It
unless you have
depends.
a thing
Sometimes
that-
you have like a feature or something that'll do that, but yeah.
but not by
I
default, no.
don't think I do.
Yeah, maybe I do. I'm a wizard.
Wizards sometimes, I think they have, is it Arcane Recovery?
And
Oh,
I think
yeah.
druids have some stuff.
I have like
Five level
11
of
hit die,
6.
but
Yes.
Yeah, most of my stuff I get back on a long rest.
We'll gain back a 1st level spell slot and a 4th level spell slot.
I get my wild
Nice.
shape back, but I don't get anything.
Okay,
else.
that's it. Yeah. Okay. What's your circle? Your
My
druidic
circle?
circle. Yeah. What?
Rocks.
What?
It's rocks, I bet.
It's,
Is it
it's all rocks. Yeah.
Yes.
It's the circle of rocks.
Where do I see my druidic circle?
That is, I believe it's under
druids.
features and traits.
Circle of the land and mountains.
Circle of the
Yes. So
land.
yeah, rocks.
Rocks.
Rocks. Get my rocks off. Sorry.
You don't sound or look sorry.
Yeah, nothing about your attitude or the way you're acting seems sorry. So
Yeah.
I think
right
I'm
here.
Pretty much
Starting
back
at
up
second
to
level. You regain some of your magical energy by sitting in meditation. During a short rest, you choose expended spell slots to
Yeah.
recover. The spell slots can have a combined level that is equal to or less than half of your druid level rounded
I
up.
feel like they make it a lot harder to manage
Yeah.
than the other people who are like, you get nothing or you get everything.
Yeah, what does that mean? That's very confusing.
So you're currently a level 11.
Yeah.
So that would be 5, right? Wait, it's rounded up. So
6, yeah.
So 6. So you can recover up to 6 spell slots.
Six
Wait, the spell
levels
slots
of
can have a
spell slots.
yeah, 6 levels of spell slots.
So they could be
6
6
levels of-
level 1.
So
or
even during a short rest, but it says
Yeah.
what the hell? Why does it say long rest then?
Because
Ignore
you get to
what
do it once per long rest, but you do it during a short rest. You can't
There
do
you
it
go.
every short rest, but
So
you
you can
do
do
it
it once a day.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I can recover up to 6 levels of spell slots.
correct.
Great.
I think the
That's
only
part of
thing I
Circle of the
used
Land.
previously was my amulet. So
Okay. So that's 5. Oh no, let's do that.
I mean,
I used 2 polymorphs on the way down, which I should not have done, but
yeah, but it was exciting. You know, we have to give
Okay.
the people the
Cool.
spectacle.
I
before we
was
go
thi-
in, does anybody want to turn into a giant monster for this fight?
I was
of,
thinking
yeah.
about polymorph a bunch, Monty, and I was like, are you supposed to use polymorph offensively or defensively?
Both.
Okay. It's
I
like
mean-
turn yourself into a dragon briefly or turn a dragon into a mouse briefly. It's,
I mean,
um,
if we turn a beholder into a mouse,
If you
that
give
mean-
him Beholder a cookie.
yeah.
If we turn the beholder into a mouse, then it has like 1 hit point, and when it takes that 1 hit point, it will
Yeah.
turn back into a beholder.
Okay,
Well,
we
it's
not
turn the
that useful.
beholder into.
so it's not very useful. It's more useful, well, unless you want to turn, in a theoretical situation, a beholder into a mouse and then kill all of the beholders like sidekicks. And then
Can we take
Yeah.
one of our ugly owls and have it eat the mouse that is
Oh,
You
actually
have
a
one
beholder?
owl left, and it is the most
Nope.
beautiful owl in this room.
Oh, but it's gone now.
I,
Isn't it?
The
all the
owl went
owls
away during the
died
movie.
during the story
Yeah, because we slept.
that's
or we
right, that's
because the
Yes.
story lasted twice as long as the owls did.
And I think James
So,
hit
no,
the owl button
you gotta
very
take the owl
hard
off.
at his first opportunity. I don't know
Yeah.
if he has any other owls
I
left.
do have. I can do 8 more owls.
You
if
can't
it
do that
comes to
today.
it. But apparently the amulet is broken.
Because it turns out you cheated on number of owls that you summoned last time.
It wasn't a
Yes,
cheat. It
yes,
was,
yes. I noticed, listeners. You don't write me.
Nyasa didn't understand the rules of magic because Nyasa's
Nyasa
not
or James.
Nyasa, and
Oh.
thus was not constrained by the rules because she didn't understand.
Oh, it's like voodoo.
Mhm.
If you believe in it.
Well, you
Alright.
see, he never studied gravity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sibo apples.
All right. So you've healed. You benefited from a song of rest. Now, what will you do?
Somebody was going to hit a painting with a mace, I think.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Oh, yeah,
You got
let's
your
do this.
magical
I mean,
mace
why don't
that's
you-
not viscous, but is
It's
vicious.
not viscous. I read it right,
Vicious.
thank you, but
You
I
did read
didn't.
it correctly.
I don't put it past myself to misread words.
I'll just say to Aaron, any reasons that you know of why we shouldn't hit this painting with a mace?
I can't think of any, dear friend.
Groovy.
I
Why?
think it would be the first thing you would have tried.
Why
Roll
were
to
you
attack
put inside
painting?
this prison? You're already stuck inside a book.
Well, as I mentioned, I believe Renacor grew suspicious of me. I did spend some time researching beholders, and he did not take kindly to that.
Just before we do go out, any
Yeah.
any top tips on beholders that you want to share with us?
They are awful. They have the ability to warp reality around them and to suppress magical attacks.
Oh, we love
Also,
that.
many eyes.
And did you have a plan? Just out of curiosity.
I'll do whatever I can to support you, friends. Thank you for putting your lives on the line for me.
It's giving canned response.
No, I assure you, Lone Walker, my words are individualized for you and you alone, and also your friends.
So the thing about warping reality, that's a very interesting statement given where we currently are.
Indeed.
I warp reality every day.
I just did
Well,
it.
let's hit the painting.
All
Reality
right.
is not as fixed as you guys think.
Yeah. Paulie, you wind up and hit the painting with your vicious mace. There's so many sounds in a row. There's the sound of a mace hitting wet slime. There's the sound of breaking glass. There's the sound of reality ripping and falling asunder, and all of you are suddenly falling out of a painting into a party. Because you are back in the manor, and you find yourself on the stage in the ballroom of the manor house. Clearly, a significant amount of time has passed for the manor that was relatively empty and quiet before is now full of villagers engaging in a party hosted by a beholder. That beholder, Renicor,
Wow.
putting you on the map.
Little Anthony's at the party, just
Little Andy
living it
is
up.
also at the
Like,
party.
just
He is
partying
like
hard.
holding a meatball sub the side of his head, and he looks very guilty when he sees all of you. Like he is just one of the only official piece of art this adventure provided is this image of a beholder at a party, and standing next to
We'd love to see it.
Did it come through?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Standing next to the beholder is clearly kind of a facsimile of Errant Quill, but notably, the slightly lower pixel count than the real thing. And Errant Quill looks at him and says, "Imposter!" And Renicor snarls and whirls around.
No
rolls around.
chill.
All of
Something
his
I would
eye
like to do.
stalks flailing and looking angrily in your direction.
Before it starts looking angrily in our direction, there was something I wanted to do.
Oh yeah.
What was that?
Cast Disintegrate,
On who?
Renicor.
You will get to roll initiative and see if that happens.
All right.
Okay.
Guess what? My initiative's bad.
Well,
Yeah,
Let's see how this
mine
works.
Such is life.
Yep.
16.
let me just ask a Dungeons and Dragons-y question. Aaron Quill is a NPC. Does somebody want to control Aaron Quill, or do you want me to manage Aaron Quill?
Does anyone have bard experience?
I didn't take bard
Very
classes.
minimal.
Sounds like
I'm
I
not-
am managing Aaron Quill.
I can do it if you want.
I mean, it's totally if somebody would find fun in doing that. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I'm
Gimme.
okay.
Tony, can you add me to the turn order?
I can. I'm getting a bunch of things fixed, and I have clearly completely forgotten to place your token on the map.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we'll do like one round of combat and then take an episode break is my
Sounds good.
plan.
I mean, if it survives, sure.
Hmm. Let's
So
see
it's
here.
first.
I haven't actually rolled initiative for him yet, so that may not be true.
Oh,
It
it
goes
says
on
20.
0.
It gets a layer action on 20.
Oh, the layer
so-
action is 20. I see.
Yeah.
Is this a layer?
I don't know if all of you have experienced monsters with layer actions yet.
Ugh.
Yeah. Some of you
Strahd.
have.
Yeah, I'm
God.
strong.
Strahd gets a lot of them. Spoilers for Curse of Strahd.
Um,
Wow, Renicor critical fail on his
Wah, wah.
on his initiative. That bodes poorly for him.
This is his
Oh.
lair. Oh, I guess if he's making it.
Yeah.
He is
Also,
he is,
is Renicor he him?
I don't actually know enough about beholders and how they work.
I
don't
read
think
something
we've
about
asked it.
how they reproduce earlier, and it's something about.
I know how they
brains.
reproduce through dreaming,
Yes.
where they kind of dream themselves into existence.
That's
Monty's
kinda
going to say
cool.
something about Dungeons and Dragons.
No, I'm just going to say we have not asked Renicor what Renicor's pronouns are, so there's no
That's
reason for
true.
Tony to tell us.
I mean, if you disintegrate them, it's a moot point.
Monty, what's the best place for me to send you a link?
Slack, I guess.
Got it.
Can I? Because in the turn order, no, Cyril. Okay, is we both are 16. I was going to like do an after you to Cyril if I was before as I was.
All right. Are we Let's see. Monty, can you roll initiative for Errant Quill?
I rolled a 4, so that's 8.
8. All right. I think we are ready to set up this battle, which apparently Monty thinks is going to be real short. The order of action will be Renacor gets a lair action, then Lone Walker, then Nyasa, Cyril, Polly, Jasper, Errant Quill, and Renacor at the end with 3, which does not bode well. Hey, you know who I forgot about over by the door? These I assure you were here. I'm not making this up. There are 2 animated armors also.
Where's little Anthony?
But yeah, he
Little
goes on your
Anthony?
turn,
Oh,
doesn't he?
he's just
He doesn't have his
he's like
own turn.
pigging out. He's
Yeah.
I feel he did
he's
have a.
partying.
I think little Anthony because little Anthony does not level up his combat proficiency is a diminishing return basically. Sorry little Anthony.
No, it's okay. He rather stay out of the action anyway.
Yeah. All right.
He's
fair
along
enough.
for the snacks.
Did
Yeah.
you say something earlier about magical attacks and this beholder?
Mhm. Neutralizes magic.
Yep.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah. So top of the order, Renacor gets a lair action. Renacor, of the things he can do as a lair action, Renacor is going to warp reality a little bit. Basically, all of the walls in this ballroom where you are confronting Renacor, there's also at least 2 dozen or so simulated commoners who are freaking out. The walls kind of twist and warp a little bit, and a large eye just kind of appears, bulges into existence on one of the walls. It is going to target Jasper. It is going to target Jasper with there's a bunch of rolling to determine stuff. I rolled the wrong kind of die because there's a bunch of things it could be. It's going to target Jasper with a charm ray. A bolt of kind of pink glowy energy zaps out in your direction. Jasper, give me a DC 16 wisdom save, or you have been charmed to join Renacor's team.
Remember that you have or what do you have? I just hold on. You have a +3 bonus to all saving throws because you're within 10 feet of me.
Okay, 13 then.
So
That's a fail.
you are charmed. You do not think of Renacor as an opponent. You don't feel great about those animated armors by the door. But Renacor, I don't know. I think people have rushed to judgment on Renacor as far as Jasper is concerned. How long does this last? You
long
can
does this
repeat the
last?
saving throw at the end of each of your turn, or
Okay.
or 1 hour. So
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
an owl.
that was Renacor's lair action. Lone Walker, you are next.
A gray mist surrounds Lone Walker, and
Ooh,
he
inside mist.
disappears from where he is and reappears behind
That's very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Renacor.
I will tell you,
And-
Renacor obviously does have a front and back because he's got one big eye and a mouth on one side, but he does have eye stalks pointing in kind of every direction. So
And then I will, or rather, Lone Walker will. What's my being? Let's see here. Need to get rid of that. Right there. Now going to go ahead and hit with the Warhammer. Does a 24 hit a beholder?
a 24 will hit a beholder.
Nice.
We love to hear it. That's going to be just 7. No, wait, yeah, 8 bludgeoning damage. And then one more. Does a 20 hit a beholder?
20 hits a beholder.
and that is 14 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Thwack,
Or 14
thwack. Each hit of your warhammer, it's like you're like just hitting a giant basketball full of water. It just makes like a horrible kind of sloshing, blooping noise. I'm hoping that when they edit this, maybe there'll be a bunch of video game sound effects added in. All right, Lone Walker, is that your turn?
That is going to do it for me.
All right. The animated armor are next. I think they're gonna like rush the stage. One of them climbs up and attacks Jasper. One of them climbs up and attacks Paulie. What do? They do slam attacks. So 2 slam attacks on Jasper, 2 slam attacks on Paulie. That is a not good rolls. 12 and a 9 versus Jasper, a 6 and a 10 versus Paulie.
Nope.
I'm assuming none of those hit. All right, they're just like swinging their metal gauntlets, kind of, it is causing chaos. The commoners are panicking, but no damage is being done. I will tell you, at the end of the animated armor's turn, beholders are bad news people. They have lair actions. They also have legendary actions where they can just take turns when it's not their turn. And the Renacor is going to do one of those now. I think he is going to, one of his eye stalks swivels in the direction of Lone Walker because Lone Walker is a threat and fires a random eye attack. This is going to be a Enervation Ray. Oh, that sounds nice. It's not. Enervation, make a DC 16 Constitution saving throw.
Well, I did have like a little pain in my neck, so
Yeah.
I could understand. Constitution saving throw. That is 18.
All right. You're still going to take half damage, which is a lot. So a ray of kind of just like black, spooky darkness shoots out of one of the eye stalks. You would have taken 36 necrotic damage. Instead, you will take half of 36, which is still a significant amount.
Is a ray magic?
These are magic, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to take half of that.
Okay, yeah. Yes, all of his eye attacks are a magical attack.
Beautiful. And if you are, by the way, in 10 feet of me, which I understand is difficult for some of you because you're more distance people, you will also have resistance to damage from spells. So if you're more physical fighters, you might want to be by me. So wait, it was brought down to 36 and then we're going to have it again because of my resistance. Is that correct?
It's started at
No.
36.
It's 36 halved is 18, and then I guess you have further resistance. So I think you get that down to 9. That's pretty
9.
good.
Cool.
Pretty good,
Yeah, that is
Walker. Considering that just
love
necrotic
to see
energy
it.
was just fired into your neck.
Beautiful.
All right, Nyasa, you are standing on the stage next to your friends. There's a commoner playing the piccolo behind you.
Can I allow Cyril to go first since we have the same?
Sure.
I should like to go ahead.
Cyril, you're standing on a stage. Nyasa is standing next to you. Standing next to Nyasa is a commoner playing the piccolo.
Is there an
Weird,
eye
where have I heard
pointed
this
directly at me right now?
I would say there are lots of eye stalks, but the central eye has not focused on you yet. No.
Right. I will cast Disintegrate on the beholder. That is a dexterity save. Your target is 18.
All right. Just checking if he has anything he could do. We haven't established how pronouns work for beholders. I don't think it has any kind of extra magical thing. I feel like this is a thing where prophecy is going to play against Renacor. Renacor rolls a 9.
Well, then I'll just hold on my portent for some other time.
All right,
what
take
happened? 10d6 plus 40.
Plus 40? What?
Yeah, that's 74
love
points of
it.
damage.
Is this just a
Yes.
thing, Turtles, that you can do at this level?
It's a level 6 spell,
Okay, and so it's a big
and I
deal.
cast it.
And this is your big gun. So
Yes.
how much damage was that?
74.
All right, 74.
74.
74. Renacor is bloodied.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh.
and
Cyril, can you come with us all the time?
he starts blinking red and orange. Turns out if I do that, the token doesn't animate, so I don't know what you want.
That's fine.
so-
We'll keep it unanimated.
Okay. And you.
So-
That's it for me.
Big
Nyasa,
turn.
your turn.
Nyasa.
So, just to be clear, a resistant or magical things don't work.
Cyril just did a magical thing.
Okay.
Yes, you said it was cool.
Renacor has the ability to interrupt magical things. Renacor hasn't gotten to go yet.
Okay.
Eventually,
Well-
it's going to look at us with a big anti-magic
Yes.
ray, and then we'll have to take 2 steps out of its way, and then mess it up.
All right. I'm just checking that I can fling psychic blades at this.
You can currently fling psychic blades.
Right. And Lone Walker helpfully standing right next to it. So let's see. I do not fling the magical dagger. I fling another magical dagger. And that was. Does a 26 hit a beholder?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. I'm gonna need some more dice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a bigger dice.
So I do 1d6 plus 4 plus an additional 66.
66.
1d6 plus. Okay, let's do the first one first because I can then do it.
I was feeling
so-
really underpowered with those Medusas, and now suddenly,
So that's a 9 plus. I say 66. Okay. Right. Ooh. 6, 6, 12, 5, 17, another 5, 23, another 6, and another 6.
Wow.
So that's 24, 34 plus 9, 43.
Wow.
Wow. Love it.
I just
And
want to be clear. Renacor has taken a lot of damage. You have done over 100 damage to him,
Oh my
and
God.
he has not gotten his real turn yet.
I throw one more because I can do that.
But that one's not a surprise or anything.
No,
Not gonna
this one
sneak
this
attack.
one
It's
is
gonna do
just
almost nothing.
Yeah.
this is just adding insult. to
But it might
injury.
hit one of his little eyes. That eye will be really like annoyed.
Yeah. This is gonna do like almost nothing if I can hit. And I rolled a 2, so it does nothing at all.
Okay. All right. Sensing that things are not going the way he would like, Renacor is going to take another legendary action at the end of Nyasa's turn. Renacor is gonna fire a ray attack at Cyril because Cyril attempted to disintegrate Renacor, and Renacor takes that personally. I have targeting you with a sleep ray, Cyril. Give me a DC 16 Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Roll it in the thing. That's a 17.
You have just like a moment of drowsiness, and you give like a nice little like turtle yawn. Can we hear a turtle yawn?
Yeah. Their mouths get really wide. when
Yeah,
that
but then
happens.
you're fine. So that could have been a big deal, but it wasn't.
Nice try, Tump.
Paulie, you're on the stage, and animated armor is trying to punch your face in.
Okay, I guess I have to probably take care of this animated armor next to me, because if I move, then they get an opportunity attack,
They
right?
do.
Okay, so I'm just going to use my vicious mace against the armor
All right.
right next to me.
Now these are hard to hit because they are all armor.
It was 11. So
It clangs off of its greaves or something.
bummer. Okay, I think that's all I can do besides
All right.
make some magic stones.
Gotcha.
Why not? I'll make some magic stones. What
Yeah.
the hell?
What the heck? Yeah,
Yeah,
magic
sounds
stones.
Hey!
Magic stones for the table.
All right, yeah, I got some 3 pebbles. I got 3 pebbles.
Jasper, you're also up on the stage. There is an angry animated armor trying to punch you.
Okay. I'm going to. This made it really easy because I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah. I know
You
who
think
to
Reddicore
attack
is
now.
great, but this
Yep.
this animated armor, not so great.
Yep. So I'm actually going to attack the one in front of Polly, the one that's standing next to me.
Mm-hmm.
I got an 18 for my short sword attack.
18 is the armor class of an animated armor.
Love it. 5 damage.
All right,
What
you
did I roll?
dent the head.
1. I rolled a 1.
That's
dang it.
not your best work.
Yeah. All right, so then I'm gonna punch it.
You punch it really good.
Wow, with a
21. And 7
All
damage.
right.
And then
And then
I'm gonna use key point. And I'm gonna punch it 2 more times.
Yeah, you are. And you're going to hit both times.
No, 16 and
24.
24.
24
You're gonna
will
hit
hit.
one time.
So that is yes, 11 more
Ooh,
damage.
I imagine you like hit the head and the head like spins. This
Love
is
it.
now a bloodied animated armor.
Okay.
What's that look like?
And that's it.
I think it's all like tarnished and the parts are all kind of like poorly velcroed together and not animating correctly anymore.
Nice.
Bound to happen.
Yep.
I love that there's Velcro in this world.
Yeah.
And it's not hook and loop fasteners. It's full on.
Well,
Velcro.
our
Yeah.
5 adventurers have all gone this round, but they are not alone. For toward the end of the initiative order, Aaron Quill, agent of the Harpers, cursed adventurer trapped here in Wisteria Vale and trapped further within a painting that he is now burst free of, gets to go as played by Monty Ashley.
Well, I'm going to hurl a string of insults laced with enchantments at this beholder. Just
Nice.
really bringing out everything that ever went wrong in their relationship. Like there was that time you went out and you didn't ask me if I wanted to go, and I didn't want to go, but I wanted you to ask me if I wanted to go. So DC 17 wisdom saving throw, please.
DC 17 wisdom saving throw from Renacor. Renacor has rolled a 23 wisdom
No, it
saving
rolled a
throw.
1.
Ooh.
It rolled a
as,
1.
as was foretold.
Such a good ability.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's such. How often do you get to do that?
At the beginning of the day, I roll 2 dice.
Wow.
Until the next long rest, I can swap those in once each. This time I rolled a 1 and a 2.
It's very powerful, but I like it because it's just because you could use it for such ridiculous like turn of fate. You know, it's
Yeah,
like nope,
like
that's not what happens. Something else.
Hey,
So
Tony.
instead,
Oh, sorry. I was just going to ask if I get to try to save for my.
Oh yes,
Charmed.
make a. You get to. It's the same save again. So DC 16 charm ray to see if you're still charmed by Renacor.
And it was wisdom, right?
Yes, wisdom save. Sorry.
Sorry, Monty. Thank you.
Yay.
Saved.
All right,
Nice.
you no longer find Renacor charming, and you never will again, having the same. Yes.
and now
All
it
right.
takes 66 psychic damage.
Oh,
Wow.
Renacor is in
Powerful bard.
bad shape.
It's still
he's-
up. Well, I guess
Yeah,
I'm gonna attack it with
but
the
he's
dagger
like
then.
he's blinking super fast.
I'm going to make 2 attacks with my dagger as well. I've got a dagger.
Mm-hmm.
I've only got 1 dagger.
Mm.
I guess I'm going to have to. Can you run me down so I'm now in front of him?
Okay, you leap off of the stage, pushed through the crowd, toppling canapes. I guess the simulation of Eric Quill is right there, who has done nothing this whole fight. And you rush up to Renacor.
All right, first attack. 11 to hit.
11 does not hit a beholder.
Second and final attack. Well, that's a 13.
13 does not hit a beholder. Renacor is
do not kill him. No.
next, and Renacor is fighting like his life depends upon it. The first thing he does is his big central eye kind of opens wide and focuses and lets out a giant, basically a cone of anti-magic. So a field in a 150-foot cone, which is basically the entire side of the room that you all are on, is basically under the effect of his anti-magic field, which means that you cannot cast magic spells, or basically they would have no effect as you do it. I imagine you would basically see basically kind of the life and spark drain out of all of your magical items, including his own animated armor is just dropped to the ground
Ooh.
like
Nice.
sad puppets. But you are all, somewhat inconvenienced in that way. One eye, central eye looks that way. All of the other eye stalks turn and look at Lone Walker because you are not in that anti-magic field and you are right there with him. And so he is going to fire several eye ray attacks upon you, Lone Walker. Let's find out
Wow,
what
he
those
gets
are
to do
together.
A lot if he
This
gets
is his
to
turn,
cast
so he gets to do
magic
some
and-
stuff. You're going to get... Let's do this one first. Charm attack. DC 16 wisdom save against Renacor.
All right, definitely save. That's 19. Or actually, that's 20.
All right. You are not persuaded by Renacor's charms. Next ray attack is a... telekinetic ray. DC 16 strength save.
Okay. Definitely save on that.
Okay, you feel Renacor try to lift you up, and you hold fast. He was definitely going to fling you across the room, basically as a weapon.
I am a Goliath. I am very difficult to lift.
Okay, and Renacor's third and final ray attack against Lone Walker is going to be a disintegration ray. DC 16 dex saving throw.
You want to
Okey
save
dokey.
against this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof. No, that was a 7.
A beam, it looks like a laser, shoots out of one of its eyes. Your entire body glows red. It's possible some of your friends up on the stage can see your skeleton. You take 45 force damage.
Oh.
All right.
Nice.
So 45 divided by 2 is
Oh,
23.
23. Yes, thank you. 23 damage.
All right. And that is all Renacor can do. Oh.
I also am going to do my stone's endurance. Of course I get that low stupid roll. So that reduces damage dealt to me, but I got on a D12 I rolled a 1, so I got 3, so I'll just add 3 back.
All right. I don't think that this is going to be much of a fight for Renacor. His lair action is next. The ballroom kind of twists and warps in reality. You see strange tendrils and arms reaching out of the walls, grasping in your directions. Cyril, I think you're the only one that happens to be particularly close to a wall. Give me a quick DC 15 dexterity saving throw. Oh, you are a
sure.
turtle.
No problem.
Yeah.
5.
Okay, arms
Oh wait, saving throw.
grab
5.
Cyril and pull him toward the wall, and he's restrained by these weird magical appendages that are sprouting out of the wall that are extensions of Renacar's will. Lone Walker, you are next.
Yes. First I'm going to let me find
I thought we
it.
could handle him in the first round.
I'm going to... Oh, no, I don't need to do that. All right, I'm just going to attack. A 21, I know at this point hits. And that is 13 damage from Lone Walker's Warhammer.
You
and then-
bring your warhammer down on his huge, spongy beach ball shaped forehead, and he just like a wet, squishing noise. And
Ugh.
the beholder was levitating there this whole time, and whatever magical force was holding him in the air suddenly stops as he just collapses to the ground in a heap of fleshy eye stalks and teeth. The anti-magical field that was negating everybody has ceased, as Renacor himself has also ceased.
And those wall tentacles?
Yay!
And the wall tentacles kind of snap back into the facsimile of reality that was the ballroom before.
What about the suits of armor?
The suits of armor look inert.
All right, good job,
Any other
everybody.
questions?
The
what
fake
about the
errant quill.
apparition? Yeah.
And the fake Errant Quill, you look over to where he was. He's just not there anymore.
Yep.
All right, good job, everybody. That was fun.
All of the NPC commoners around the room clap in unison. It's haunting.
Oh, so loud because it's all at once. So.
Zump. Zump. And
Greetings, travelers.
Errant Quill
They're
says,
blinking in unison too. Which is
very impressive. I can see why the Harpers chose you.
I mean, technically, I chose them. The Harpers chose me, but don't want to bring it up.
That's such a jerk.
I play it so well.
Yeah.
All right, so how do we get out of the book?
I turn to Aaron Quill and pull out a dagger and kind of make a shall
Are
we?
you ready?
I think he undoes the thing at the top of his shirt and holds it open and kind of does a dramatic bow to you and says, "Whenever you're ready, friends, it has been my honor."
I'm going to do a performance check here to try and stab in a suitably theatrical manner.
Do you do a split while you do it?
Sure. That was what is my performance? That's +3. So that's a 21.
Okay, there's
nice.
there's some juggling of the magic dagger, the precious glass, one of a kind magic dagger, back and forth from hand to hand. You spin it a little bit on your fingertips, and then plunge it into Errant Quill's waiting heart. As the blade pierces him, you can see there is just hints of darkness inside him that are leached up into the glass dagger that then explodes in your hands, Nyasa. And before you can worry about what's going to happen to your hand, you're all suddenly snapped back into reality. You're standing around in a reading room of Candlekeep. It's dark. It's after hours. There's no one else here. No one's supposed to be in the reading rooms. It's probably the middle of the night. And Errant Quill is there too. And he looks at you all and says, "And where might we be?"
Oh, we're in the most magical place in the world, the Candlekeep Library. There are
Oh.
so many books here.
A
We could
library.
spend 100 years here.
Well-
I did.
Beggars can't be choosers. I am ever grateful for you for freeing me. I'll make sure that the Harpers deliver on whatever payment was promised. And if you ever need a friend, just let me know, and I will. I owe you a great debt. I would gladly repay.
We are glad you have successfully made it back and that you are free of the evil that corrupted you.
Hope you're
Thank
not
you
evil.
thank you for your contribution to the battle we fought.
It is always fun to live a story well told. Take care, adventurers, and he disappears into the night. Several days later, your friend from the Harpers, the powerful magic user who developed the cure for reversing Quill's situation, meets with you, Nyasa, and delivers the rest of the payment. Assuming it is equally split, each of you has 1,000 gold pieces to work with, and has made it a powerful ally in Errant Quill in case you ever need to call upon his help. And you have built a relationship with the Harpers, a secret society that is known for doing good works up and down the Sword Coast. And with that, we have concluded yet another mystery from Candlekeep Mysteries, The Curious Tale of Wisteria Vale. Listeners, what did we learn?
Yes.
Never trust James Thompson with magical owls, no matter.
Never
how
trust
many-
Nyasa. James Thompson is perfectly trustworthy.
James Thompson can be trusted with magical owls, but some of his characters cannot.
Many of his characters cannot.
Never leave Paulie alone with any paintings, magical or otherwise.
Hey, I didn't do any
Avoids.
slashing.
And
except for the
never
last one.
underestimate a magic turtle, no matter
Amen.
how diminutive. And treat all owls with respect,
Even the
regardless
ugly
of-
ones.
regardless
Even
of
the
how
ugly
hot they are.
It's is it hot, not would you do it. Sorry, that was for Tiff.
Thank you.
Yeah, we did it. I didn't think we were, I was unsure if we were going to finish this adventure today, and in fact, we finished it much faster than expected. A rare
You're
thing.
definitely
at the
the
beginning.
MVP here.
Oh.
You said you'd never know how this might go. We might actually, and I was not prepared for this to happen, but it
Neither
did.
was I. A beholder is a challenging creature. This is
Yeah.
literally a level 13 challenge rating, which means that and you are not level 13, you're level 11, right? So it is within the range of a winnable fight, but a very, very hard fight for the level that you are at, even with a little bit of NPC help. I think, he rolled low on his initiative, and you all came out with a plan.
We showed
and-
initiative.
Yeah, you showed initiative. You had and you did big things, and you showed that creature what's for. I think we've all learned a valuable lesson about don't hold back when you're fighting a very scary monster that everyone has warned you about for hours. So yeah. Well, we did it.
Yay.
I will say this is one of the very first Candlekeep mysteries that I ever ran. I ran this for another non-podcasty group, and I kind of liked it as far as one of the first adventures that I ran where people get sucked into a book, which, spoiler, is most of the adventures in this collection. With that group, I ran it slightly more as like a Star Trek holodeck adventure, but I decided for you all it would be slightly more of a video game.
Yeah.
I like
I like
experience.
the 8-bit
So-
aspect. That was fun.
Well, and I
Yeah.
specifically, people are just listening to the bootleg and didn't see the live stream. I bought some specific animated sprites that look video gamey. I generated
those
some
were
AI
fun.
art that is video game-esque. I just had to lean hard into that element of things.
Rent-A-Core should have exploded into a shower of coins at the end.
I apologize for not living up to your expectations. So.
You
Yeah.
always exceed
No,
my
it was good. It was
expectations.
very good.
Yep. So we will continue with Candlekeep Adventures soon. Live stream. Thank you for listening, and we'll be back. Goodbye.
Bye.
I thought we do outros. I was writing such a good one.
Should I have done? Should we
Aw.
have? I
I don't know.
apologize.
Tiff, you do
I
an
feel like
outro.
I feel like I'm inconsistent. Do we want to do
Outros,
outros?
plugs, come
I didn't
on.
prepare for one, but you
Okay.
did one.
At least say our names at the end, maybe. Thank you
Okay.
to my players. This person, this person, this person, this person, and this person.
I
Without
had stopped
whom-
recording. I am starting recording. Are we still live, James? Or
Yeah, we are still live. This is
Okay.
all still
It
going.
doesn't matter. This is the dirtiest of bootlegs now.
Ooh.
The only
Okay,
thing
here we
left
go.
for me to do
We'll see about that.
the only thing left for me to do is to thank my players, James Thompson, Tiff Arment, Monty Ashley, Micah Sargent, and Aline Sims. I couldn't have done it without you, or it would have been really quiet and sad and just me by myself at my computer, and nobody wants that. Thank you. How's that?
Great.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay,
Now I
shall-
have 2 files
I was
to
basically
submit.
writing a Tinder profile for
For the
Paulie.
Medusa.
Look for Medusa.
Do you want to read it for the bootleg? Just
Oh,
for-
sure,
Yeah.
sure.
How does the
I-
Medusa
right
feel
now
about
I
eye
have,
contact?
Rock Gnome seeks Medusa for friendship and more into hard rock play.
Oh my god.
Just that was the first
Sweet.
pass. That was the first pass.
It was good.
Need a little more time.
Cool.
Always should
Bye,
make
nerds.
passes.
Bye.
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 I have a question for all of you once we're